Hey, it's Shapes. I'm open to another expedition of the Anime Encyclopedia. Got a package. Just gonna open the package first. Figured that's obvious. Ugh. They package them pretty well, don't they? Hello. Yeah. Woo-hoo. I just got greeted at the back of this cover, and it's not our best. It's not our best, but you know, we're gonna accept it. It's Dizaki time. We got Aim for the Ace and Takarazu one. I don't really like the tagline on the back, if I'm gonna be honest. But I wrote the synopsis. I wrote the back of the box copy of this. Yeah! Also, the screen caps again for this one are not from our release. Like this has incredible video to it. Like it's really nice. I believe it's an HD. Yeah, it is. This is an HD. This is also an HD, if I'm not mistaken. And like the back of the cover, back of the box, again, I don't feel like the screen caps would really show you that's the case. And I offered to get the screen caps, and they didn't really. It's okay. And I don't know whether my trailers are on here or not. They do have the trailer on this, but I don't think they have the trailer on this one. Which is fair. They were a little weird with this one, with approval and stuff. But we got it. It's real. It's physically out, available in English. It's insane. Hello, Kinoko. Hello, Aochi. Hiding in public. Good to see you. Mia as well. Good to see you too. So, fellas, I'll deal with these more later. In my own time. Oh, we still have Photoshop. Photo shoot. Because of the thumbnail. Fellas, guess what I did? Can you? Hey, not that. Okay, yeah, there we go. I did L. I did the rest of L. Thank you for letting me know that I had not finished L, actually. So I did it before stream. And then we're going to go over it really quick. It really isn't too much, naturally. And then we're going to continue with Oh shit. Maybe like that. There we go. Alright. Alright then. Let's see. What we got. And I still have to like compile I have all the notepads open for L to compile later. Music is a little loud. You know what? That's because I didn't put it down initially. I was so excited to open that box. That's why. I'm also not close to the mic at all. So, apologies. At least I didn't go over the stuff beforehand. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. Okay. So we got some. We're gonna start with some positives. So I'm gonna rapid fire through these. LBX they liked enough character interplay, goofy comedy, and action to keep viewers glued. Asate no Hoko they were very positive about. Jewel of a series is one of the best anime of its year. 2006 as well. Like that show's from 2006, and that's saying a lot. In terms of heartfelt, truthful, unflashy emotion. Yeah. Love lessons. And I actually thought that with Asate, it's one that I have heard of before. I've seen the cover of before. But it got me that much more interested in checking it out. Love lessons. Sex is fairly mild. Fetishes non-challenging. Girls are relatively free from coercion. Production quality even quite good. This is like, oh, nice, cool. And then lovely complex. It was a sweet, funny love comedy. I think all those could be general terms that like it might not be their opinion necessarily. I might even take that off because they say about that a lot of the time, but I don't know. It's fine. They said it was funny, so it's not like a comedy. It's just like it's a love comedy. They said it was funny, so there you go. And negative. Lucky Star. I kind of wish I read this on stream. Oh well. This is a pointless show. One that wouldn't know a story arc if it was hit over the head with one. This show will leave you cold, hungry, and bored. Like, oh my god. Goes to show the kind of shows they like, huh? Oh, okay. Didn't like that one? Alright. Sheesh. Look, I haven't seen it yet. I'm not like a big Lucky Star fan, but I think I've known that this show can be divisive, sure. But it's obviously Mal is not the be-all end-all. It's like, don't trust their ratings and shit. But like, Asate no Hoko, which is the show that they gave like jewel of a series, one of the best anime of its year, has a 7.03 on Mal. And then Lucky Star has a 7.74. It's actually, well, over a 7.5 is pretty good for Mal, all things considered. It's not like an 8, but still. How does a show leave you hungry? It's hyperbole. They really didn't like it, I guess. Ugh. Oh well. And then mixed opinions. I feel like also it's like this is something that like if you said this in a book, a lot of people kind of are like, I don't know if I trust these guys. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those opinions I feel like that like would really color your impressions of this book if you're a fan of this show. It'd be like, oh, fuck. Why would I trust anything you have to say kind of deal. Mixed line bearers of iron. They said the action is the best choreographed and animated part. There's a fascination in the main character, but it's not exactly fun, and it gets tedious very quickly when it gets to a certain point in the show. Listen to Me Girls is regretfully plays to odder elements of otaku crowd early on, and but there is a recurring sense of pathos. It doesn't stay with this the whole show apparently, so that's nice. Ahoy there, good to see RC. Lou Garou, interesting. The art and animation fall flat. There's major holes in the plot, and despite all that, it's worth watching. Okay. Love, Election, and Chocolate. There's nothing awful about this show. The idea was so good that it was let down by merely adequate execution. Alright. And Tsukihime, the atmospheric design and well-created undercurrent of tension can't hide erratic pacing. I wasn't aware that atmospheric design and well-created undercurrent of tension was their job to hide the erratic pacing. I didn't realize. And they were dismissive about Little Busters, I thought. Seems to suffer from absence of KyoAni. Like, just because Key's frequent collaborator, specifically KyoAni. Never quite manages to rise above pedestrian confines in its high concept. Little Witch Yo-Yo and Nene, I thought they were dismissive of. It's a cynical reverse engineering of many recent hits. They're like, it's like this thing in Spirited Away, it's like this thing in Ponyo, and this thing in Summer Wars. It's like, alright. Love Get You. This is pure wish fulfillment for wannabes. Sheesh. Good evening. Good to see you, Phil. Love Live. K-On! Meets Glass Mask. 3D dance sequences unfortunately jars with rest of animation. I can't believe that's all they have to say about Love Live. That's because that's grown to be like the most. That's literally like the most significant idol series in the medium, and that's what they have to say about it. Ah, it's just K-On! Meets Glass Mask. Okay. Thanks. Love Doll has nothing new in concept terms. Its primary sin is its music is among the most unmemorable in anime history. Okay. Just because something has nothing new, right? Loveless. Dear brother with a series of opponents of the week? Look, I need to read their Loveless article because this was bizarre. I could not follow it. Well, I could, but it was more like there's things that were saying that were freaky. Let's just check that out. Not Lovely Complex, god damn it. Loveless. Wait! Bruh! That's not Lovely Complex. Bruh! That's Lovely Complex. Shape of Love? What the... Lovely Idol? I think the links are kind of broken in places. Oh well. Yeah, there's Lovely Idol. Was Love Chinibio broken? No? That was weird. Not a super big deal though. Okay, where is Loveless? Anime, God. Okay. This is their Loveless article. I have to read it separately. Yeah. Love Doll. Oh, no, goddammit. No, new transfer student Ritsuka Aoyagi keeps quiet about his past. His mother is dead, his brother has been murdered, and the shadowy figure of Sobi is offering to avenge his death at a price. Sobi is a warrior, or fighter, and as in Utena, fighters have passive counterparts, or sacrifices, whose job it is to cast spells that ward away attackers during combat. Sobi wants Ritsuka to take his late brother's place as his sacrifice, a request to which Ritsuka eventually agrees, hoping that by doing so, he will find the culprit of his brother's death, which has something to do with an organization called the Septimal Moon. Each pairing of fighter and sacrifice has a name, and since his brother and Sobi were the beloved, the new Ritsuka-Sobi pairing is the Loveless. This adaptation of Earthian creator Yun Koga's manga from Zero Sun magazine eventually cleverly retains its conceit that the characters live in a surreal world where children grow up with cat's ears and tails. These attributes slowly fade away as they lose their innocence and turn into adults, sublimating many sexual tensions into concerns over whether someone still has his feline characteristics. Dear brother with a series of opponents of the week. What? I mean, the two big things for me is like, where are you getting Utena? Like, I can see where they're getting Utena in like that poster, in like the there's like this dueling system and everything. Hey Greg, good to see you. It's like a dueling system, but like I only know about Loveless because every girl I knew who was into anime was also a fan of it. Oh yeah, good to see you, Kyuta. Yeah, okay. I really don't really get where Dear Brother fits in as well. I think it has Shuichiro Kobayashi backgrounds. Oh, say less? Hell yeah. Okay. I just feel it's a weird generalization to make. Love Get You is where pure... Yeah, okay. Loveless and Love Wave. Sci-fi porn that wants to be serial experiments lane. Oh, yeah, okay. Cool. Lime Barrels of Iron. Yeah, so spoilers for Lime Barrels of Iron. There's a vicious plot twist. Well, they don't really say what the plot twist is. But they say kind of the results of it. Lou Garou. If you think that's a spoiler, you obviously didn't read the title. Does anyone know what this title is spoiling? Is anyone French here? I had no idea I had no idea. I read the title. I'm like, okay, that's kind of an interesting title. And then they say this like, oh yeah, this series, this movie about this thing. And I'm like, wait, what? And they're like, oh, if you think that's a spoiler, you didn't read the title. I'm sorry, I don't read French. I'm not fluent in French. Because apparently it's like, it says it in the title in French. Yeah, werewolves. And I'm just like, how? I did not know that was where. It's like, you didn't read the title. Don't be condescending to me. I don't know French. Your English encyclopedia, most likely they won't know that Lou is wolf and Garou is werewolf. Like, what? So they understand that people don't like spoilers. I guess. Maybe they do have that recognition within themselves. Like, people complained about having spoilers in it, and they just ignored them and put more spoilers in their recent editions. I'd have to look at the list of spoilers and see how many of them are first edition and how many are later editions. But, like, that's so annoying. That'll definitely be one that I mentioned in this one, like, talking about the spoilers. Being like, I didn't know it was that. Yeah, it's like, it's French. That'd be funny. Lunar Legend Tsukihime as well. Maybe this stuff gets revealed in the first couple of episodes, or like the first one. I don't know. But it just felt like they were revealing a lot. It just seemed like a lot. And like, I feel like I'm learning more than I should be at them, from just a synopsis. It is an odd fellow, an odd choices for Limit the Magical Girl. 12 days later, Cutie Honey comes out, which does the same thing but with more action and bigger breasts, decisively stealing its thunder. This is another example. I'm trying to collect these examples of like this justification of a show's obscurity because another show came out directly after it or before it and completely stole its thunder, which I just don't think that's how this stuff works. It's just a weird, like, it's another media poison type of thing. Like, you're just too wired in with like, oh, that's why this, because it's also, I don't know. But then they literally go on to say that that Limit the Magical Girl is aimed at a very different audience than the guy's heroine, which is true. You read the synopsis of Limit the Magical Girl, and it's the whole thing is that like she's like an android that has a time limit, and it sounds like a slice of life thing. And I'm like, why would that be competing with Cutie Honey? And like, oh, it stole its thunder. Like, what? Just because it has a similar premise? Limit. Also, I just realized, I read Little Witch Sally, back in October or earlier. And I've since actually been watching Sally, so I want to reread their Sally article real quick. They expect you to know French, but won't use Japanese terms. Yeah. God damn it. I'm going to write that down. Cool. Except, like, and the thing is, they do in places. They explain what like Kyubi mean, like hikikomori, and they do it occasionally, but they just don't use those terms regularly for whatever reason. James, they sampled the Escaflowne OP. Yeah, they did. Oh my gosh, I've already listened to the album twice. It's very, very good. Lots of bangers. Lots of bangers. That's what I like. That's what I want. Sally's a trainee which sent to Earth to study humans and learn how to blend in among them, though she does not always succeed. That's not right. The first episode is subbed too, but like, she goes there out of fascination. Her father doesn't want her to go. Her mom's like, whatever, you know. She's like, yeah, fine, let her do it. Let her do her thing. And like, Sally is curious about it. The premise is that she sees like one of those weather balloons or whatever, and like she just kind of sees Earth, and then she's like, oh, that looks like cool. That looks cool. I'm gonna go try it. I'm gonna go visit. And she does it. She just does it. And that, so like, that all automatically changes because it's her will versus being sent to Earth. Those are trainees sent to Earth. Very different things. Because it changes the mentality of it. Oh, I have to study. She's like, learn how to blend in among them. That's a completely different premise from like being in the human, visiting the human world. And she only tries to blend in and doesn't reveal people's magic because she doesn't want to freak people out. She actually doesn't even verbally express that. She just, doesn't want to spook them. That's my assumption, at least. But she doesn't really make specific she's not like she's gonna lose her powers if she's caught. I mean, maybe that's the case later on, if it ever gets translated, and one of the dialogues happen to mention that there's been consequences for her for certain things that she's done that they've talked about, but it's never like a gets revealed, lose her powers or something, or it's not necessarily like that. It's a great album. New Black Country Road album today too. What? What do you mean there's a Black Country New Road album too? What do you mean? Also my Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Oh, it's a live album. Okay. But these are songs are these from their latest? I'm usually familiar with for the first time. Okay, I looked at... Okay, yeah, these are new songs. Wow. Wow. It's a live album from the end of last year, new material. Yeah. Wow. Damn! Okay. I just want to keep reading this. She befriends Earth children Yochan and Sumire and fights the corrupt Kabu, who steals from department stores. What? What? That's not it. No. I'm shocked, bro. How do you fuck that up? Fights the corrupt Kabu. Look, she fights with Cub all the time. She fights with Cub all the time. But not because like he's corrupt or like the bad guy. He's her brother, technically. Like she I mean, not really, but like Cub calls Sally One-chan all the time. And then she just calls him Cab. Cab! Just finished my rewatch of Gainer. Probably gonna be a few streams till I get to that. You get to that article. King! It's close. I can read it now if you want. If you're interested, I'm willing to read it. It is an O, and I'm doing O. I'm finishing L, but yeah. A little thief, of course. Yeah, just a little thief. Does some stealing. Who steals from department stores. They're referring to episode 1, where there were robbers at a department store. Cub is not the one stealing from the department store. Cub and Sally team up and fight the robbers. It's like, yeah, she quarrels and fights with Cub all the time, but like, what's going on? Good to see you, Bob. I'm currently rereading their Little Witch Sally article now that I'm actually watching the show, because I read it, back in L. I realized, well, I was informed that I didn't finish L, stupidly. So I finished L just now, so I'm wrapping that up here. And I was scrolling through and realized that their Sally article is in L, and because I read it in like October beforehand, and they're just completely wrong about Sally. Like, of course. I guess shouldn't be completely wrong, but quite wrong. Quite wrong. This was the first of the magical girl genre that would extend to the present day through look-alike titles such as Creamy Mommy, Gigi, and Ako-chan. I might have mentioned this. I might have known about it before when I read this article, but like, Ako came out before Sally, in the manga at least. I'm almost positive the Ako manga predates Sally. And so Sally is the first anime, but Ako is actually Sally's continuation. Like, apparently there was a short TV special, like some sort of little animation that aired during that time, where Sally basically passes the torch to Ako because they air in the same time slot. Ako basically takes over after Sally. But it's like, it's frustrating to just look through the present day through look-alike titles. Ako is not the same as Sally. It's a magical girl series for sure, but it's a very different series. Originating in a 1966 manga for Ribbon magazine by Yokoyama, the character is originally called Sunny, but had her name changed to avoid protests from the car manufacturer Nissan. Sally returned for a new series in '89, with character designs by Dip. In 1990, the new incarnation also appeared in a short 1990 movie and a TV special, which ended the series with Spoil Sally the Witch. Awesome! Yokoyama's witch, like Astro Boy, was one of the defining archetypes of anime, and it is still much imitated to this day. I disagree. Sally is actually very unique. I actually don't know that many magical girl series that are like Sally. I really don't. Because she's an alien. Not like Lum alien, but like, it's way more of a focus. Because I feel like in Urusei Yatsura, right, it's not like Lum always has that like, whoa, what's school? Or like, what's this? It's not like a wide-eyed innocence and like experiencing the world for the first time. That's not really what Urusei Yatsura ends up focusing on. She kind of just gets it pretty soon. And like, Sally catches on fairly quick too. It's not like it's wide-eyed for 94 episodes, but she is definitely more of an outsider. And part of the appeal of the series is watching her kind of become more human, or just experience humanity in the same way, in her own perspective. Which, yeah, I mean, I just find that really interesting. I find it actually pretty unique to Magical Girl series. How are you liking it so far? Sally? It's great. I'm not like love. It's good. I should say it's good. I'm keeping track of every episode and hopefully doing a similar kind of guide to you or Toadette. Like, I'm rating every episode. Seeing how that is. Still watching Remy. More sad things. Yeah, that's the show. Sad things. Then something very sad happens. The show. They're just being a little silly about Sally. Oh yeah. Nissan. I thought it was Sony. Oh. Hello, Oscar. There's Puni-chan, but less innocence and more figure 4-legged locks. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay. I think other Majoko series are like that. Stuff like Sweet Mimi and Megu-chan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying Sally's wholly unique or something, but it's certainly not Ako-chan, Gigi, or Creamy Mommy. Akko and Creamy Mommy in particular, I think, are doing very different things, even from each other and from Sally. Gigi, I have not seen Minky Momo. It might be similar to Sally, but I don't know. Based on the stuff that I have seen with the OVAs and stuff, it does feel like they do a little more whimsical stuff. Like she's kind of going all over the world, maybe. Whereas Sally the Witch is very much like a down-to-earth, for the most part. Like a kind of a slice-of-life comedy almost. Very much stays in the one town. I don't know if Minky Momo does that or not. Lum becomes the girl next door as the series continues. It's 196 episodes. You couldn't develop the character for that long. It's not like it's not even development. I wouldn't say that Sally's getting development for that many episodes either. For like 94 plus episodes, it's just that, you know, it's just difference in priorities, you know, and it's okay. Like I think there is. I'm not going into Uruseiyatsura for development, you know. I think you'll enjoy Sally more if you watch something similar from the same period. Yeah, no, I am with Akko-chan, which aired directly after Sally. It's different, but it's similar era. It literally took the place after Sally. No, not Minky Momo. I was referring to Mahou no Angel Sweet Mint. Okay. For Sally to be enjoyable for what it is, it's a leap from other shows which are really annoying. I like it. Maybe it's sort of your if you find it annoying. Maybe I haven't watched those shows that you've seen. I find it pretty fun. Minky Momo's quite different from Sally. Yeah, I figure. Okay. See also his less successful follow-up Comet-san. I didn't realize. Does it mean Tezuka's Comet-san or Yokoyama's Comet-san? Wait a second. Oh, it is. Has a convoluted pedigree dating back to Yokoyama's manga. Okay, it is a Yokoyama thing. Itself an attempt to do a more grown-up version of Little Witch Sally, a Bewitched clone. Okay. Whatever. Love election. Your average encyclopedia is let down. You know, more self-insert. And then the loveless thing, which I talked about earlier. Like, how is this like Utena? As in Utena, fighters have passive counterparts or sacrifices whose job it is to cast spells that ward away attackers during combat. I had no idea that Anthe did that. I had no idea Anthe was a passive counterpart whose job it is to cast spells that ward away attackers during combat. News to me. Okay. And I did get interested in Asate no Hoko. They also used soubrettes at one point. I was like, what? Okay. Some fancy words. Anyway, well, there's a lot of documents open for me right now. I'm going to hit save as. Yeah, save as. Oh. Just O. And we're going to start O. At some point, I do have to do the counting for long and short articles for N, but it is not today. Okay. Sally isn't annoying, but I'm just recommending watching a few episodes of the lower tier stuff as a primer, so you have greater context for how much more enjoyable it is. You're right. I do have to watch more mid, Bob. But like, I'm so good at avoiding mid. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just really good at it. But I think you have a point. You have a definitely fair point. UI is just so much fun. It's just creative and silly. Yeah. I watched 4 episodes of the remake. The first episode isn't as good as the original, but after that, it's a total banger. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly recommend. I could tell that like it's probably better than the original. Like the first 20 episodes of Urusei Yatsura, minus a couple, are kind of rough. Not like in a bad, like they're just not as interesting. And it's sort of like, do I really want to watch 195 episodes of this? And then you get to a certain point and you're like, yeah, I want to watch every episode of this. You seem to be able to find it good in a lot of shows too. Yeah, it's the mindset. It is the mentality going into it. But you know, I can be quite the party pooper if I'm not jiving with the show. I was really not into Eureka 7 after a while. Dewgram lost me. Bokuranu lost me. I think those were all the shows that I gave a meh last year. I haven't watched any mid this year so far. But let me see. Actually, I'm curious. I'm watching Spice and Wolf right now. I just started it yesterday. Present it like this. That's much more. That's much nicer. Where did I start with? Okay, yeah. About here. Last year, wasn't a fan of Arjuna. That was one of the shows of all time. This was a slog. We watched this because of my patron group watch, and I didn't dig. I did not dig. I watched this for a podcast with somebody, and it was fast. There was a lot of interesting things to say about it, but the movie itself is not it. That's okay. Yeah, I was pretty mid on Eureka, unfortunately. It fell off. Bokurano, things about it. Dewgram unfortunately lost me. That was unfortunate. Dude, I forgot about Nadesco too. That was really unfortunate because that's such a fan favorite. But that one, I couldn't even tell you the specifics of why I couldn't get with it. It's just like I didn't find it that funny. It didn't have it kind of repetitive. And I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. I thought the Geki Kanger 3 stuff was pretty shallow. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't, and I guess I've seen other better stuff. You know, I just seen other stuff that I think ended up surpassing it. Yeah, I did watch this particular. I tried 2 of the Kinnikuman movies. I do have the others downloaded, but this second one it just was kind of all over the place. This one at least had a decent like structure and through line to it. But this one it just kind of was all over the place. And then yeah, I haven't watched mid for a while. Okay, we're finally on L. We're in. Okay. First, I think we'll do... Well, how many entries are there? Let's see. Let's count. Sorry, I'm going to take a little while. You know, I'll put this in... I'll show this so that like we can check out some stuff that's going to be in O as a teaser. And then I will read Gainer. I'm sorry I didn't do that for so long. Jaleko, if you're still here, I'm going to read Gainer. I'll read Gainer. Just a sec. Oban Star Rays. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to avoid the... Yeah, I'll count the people articles. Whatever. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, 29, 30. I'm not going to show it. Whatever. 95. 95. Let me read over Man King Gainer. Ooh. In a distant future, mankind has wrecked the Earth's environment and retreated to domed cities, leaving the ecosystem to take its chances. The cities are run and supplied by private corporations overseen by a worldwide authority based in London, but not everyone believes that these corporations are working for the public good. In any event, they have captive markets. Any movement outside the cities must be authorized, and any unauthorized excursions are severely punished, compared to similar setups in the Big O and Heat Guy J. Teenage gamer Gainer Sangha is arrested in the Siberian Dome on suspicion of being involved with the Exodus movement, a nebulous group wanting to leave the confines of the domes in search of a better life. In prison, he meets mercenary Gain Bijou, and together Gain Bijou. That's it. I think it is. I think it's Gain Bijou. And together they commandeer an Overman robot, take the daughter of the city's duke hostage, and lead an exodus out of the city under cover of a festival headlined by idol singer Mia Laujin. Their destination is the fabled land of Japan. Gainer was such a hotshot at virtual combat that he was known in gaming circles as King Gainer. Now he has to transfer his skills to the real world as he defends the group of travelers from the elite Saint Reagan squad sent from London to stop them and the troops of the Siberian Railway. Director Tomino takes his basic Gundam mix, gifted but disengaged young pilot, political conflict, and struggle for a promised land, and throws in elements from Macros, rakish Big Brother figure, idol singer, journey in constant jeopardy. The journey in constant jeopardy is a general thing. Gundam has that. Come on. I can see what they mean with Macros, with the idol singer and Big Brother figure. Although I don't think the idol singer was that prevalent. I think she only shows up in like the first episode. Also, I don't know if Gain necessarily fits the same function as Roy Fokker. I don't think so. It's a loose, very loose comparison. Sorry, I'm so behind on chat. So glad we're going to finish O tonight. Shut up, Hugs. Seem to be able to... I'm something of a mid-avoider myself. Hell yeah, Spice and Wolf. How is Spice and Wolf? It's one of those I've never heard much bad about. You know, I am not used to light novel adaptation. I have not seen one in a long time. And this, you can really feel it. You can really feel like this is a light novel anime based on how much dialogue there is and the kind of dialogue there is. It's very dialogue driven. It's okay. I love the OP and ED. But I've tried to watch it several times. Not like I've dropped it necessarily. It's just been in different stages of my life. But it's been so long that it's a fresh watch for me, basically. Filtered by Nerima Daikon Kino. Yeah, I'd love... fine, by me. I would love to be filtered by that one. I am not gonna... I will not... be a stan of that show. That show is not it. That show was not it. Arjuna was one of the shows of all time. You missed a word. But what didn't you like about it? It's just a joke because it's just a very yeah, that was a show. That was something. I don't know. I think they had some interesting things going on about it, but it was just very meh. I don't know. It couldn't really get into it. I don't think it was bad. Again, I don't like making the moniker of that's a bad show, because it's my mentality of it nowadays is I failed to enjoy it. So it's my L, not the show's L. But I don't know, it just didn't work with... there's some things that are interesting about it. It's certainly cool. It's not like mid or something, but I gave it a med because I just am very neutral against it. I didn't have like a fuck that show, you know. What was it? The anti-abortion episode? I mean, obviously it's not like I don't have any political misgivings about the show. It's just that particular episode just comes out of nowhere. Good to be back, said Davis. Yeah. Conmoy's a wild guy. Fascinates me. Is there anything specific in O you're curious about reading? One Piece, I guess. Otaku no Video's in here. They also have their article on overseas distribution and piracy. Can't wait to read that. The dub for Spice and Wolf is good if that helps. Yeah, I have read. I'm watching it dubbed. I am watching it dubbed. Yeah. I literally watched Gainer because I didn't agree with Professor Otaku's view on the show. Fair. Anyway, I didn't finish reading Gainer. Sorry. Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, come on. Unfortunately, he also includes some of today's fashionable high school romance elements. What's wrong with that? Several members of Gainer's high school escaping the city with him is plausible enough, but stretches credibility to its limits when they continue classes while on the run and under fire. That's not weird. That is literally in Macros. Like, part of the thing with Macros is that people are living on the ship and, like, living their everyday lives as they're on this journey. It's right there. The comparison is right there, and you don't make it. You said journey in constant jeopardy. But you don't make the actually decent observation about it being like Macros in the fact that people are still trying to... It's like a city. It's like they're just trying to live their life as they're on this journey. Like, no, that does not... Like, it's fantastical. But that's what makes it interesting. Come on. Tomino has had characters switch sides in earlier work, but having the enemy commander not only switch sides but also become the hero's teacher and roommate is a definite postmodern touch. That's a spoiler. Sorry for that. It's not a huge spoiler, but like... The statutory cute child, Princess Anna, has statutory cute pets, in this case 3 ferrets. Although these unnecessary refinements don't slow things down too much, it seems a pity that the man who has led the field in robot anime with a serious human dimension for so long should borrow from less creative minds than his own to satisfy an industry which is increasingly less discerning and less interested in originality. That's such an awful take on Gainer. Trash! Boo! Gainer's the one that got me interested in Tomino, like actually made me become a Tomino fan. Moomin Autumn, Kikomon. It's this playlist of music from Moomin Valley. Strange, I don't remember the anti-abortion episode. I was mostly hooked by the visuals and Hindu references. Yeah. It's a show with giant robots punching each other. And this is where they draw the line. Yeah. You couldn't talk about with the cool thing with Gainer of the way they use like the very... It's a more biological and kind of weird robots. They like the gummy stretching kind of robots. There's a robot that's like... His whole thing is turning invisible. There's a robot that like makes everyone telepaths temporarily. Like you can everyone reads each other's thoughts the whole time and causes chaos in the on the ship. So it's really fun. That was weird. Oh well. Overman King Feeder. Good to see you, Hayden. Oban! Star Racers. I'm gonna cool my voice for a little bit. We're like 50 minutes into the stream, and now I start. Oh, great. Oh, how many entries do we want to do? It's 95 entries. do want to finish O by the end of the month. I do have a Tuesday and Friday stream. So I want to do like a third of them. Let's do 33 entries. 30 entries, 33 entries. Around we go. Let's do 33 entries. Which is how many? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33. Kunio Okawara. Okay. We're gonna be here for a little while. Strap in. I want to get into Osamu Dezaki. Any recommendation? Around 10 to 12 episodes into Moby Dick, and I'm curious what you like about it. Fuck you, Hayden! It's awesome! I don't dislike it. There are a lot of cool moments, but I guess I'm more confused than anything. I was definitely a lot more open to how much funnier it is. I think how much comedy there is really surprising for Dezaki. Obviously, there was comedy in his shows, but like how cartoony and zany it is really interesting. I'm really on board with the fact that it's an original concept by him and Sugino. I believe it's both of them that are credited for original creator, and so that makes me feel like it's way more straight from him. From his perspective and his type of humor and his sense of adventure. I just really liked the cast a lot. I found it a really good blend of... Really the big thing for me with Hakkei Densetsu is that after I had seen Takarajima, I think I had seen Gamba by that point. I might be wrong. Joe, Aim for the Ace, and Dear Brother, and all of this stuff. To see this... was really fun and exciting to me. I think it was just like really imaginative, references a lot of different of his stuff, and I just got really hooked on the characters and what was going on. And and it's of course again saturated with his style. I just love his sense of timing and his postcard memories and triple takes and. It's very drenched by that point. It's very heavy style that he has by that point. I also liked the dub. I watched it dubbed and really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's awesome. I like Sachika's reveal in 4. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love Lucky Luck. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm really enamored. I really want to rewatch it. Especially by the end of it too. I was enjoying it. I think like I gave it a great later, like towards the end. Not like it's like, oh my god, it has an amazing ending. It was just like it just hit. It just did a really good job, I think. It's been getting a lot better in the newer episodes, but I was taken aback by some of the earlier ones. Right, it's different. That's the thing. And for me that was exciting because it's an original concept from him. And so it was just sort of like, oh my god, what? Yeah. Ahab's pirate voice in the dub is really funny. Yeah. And Icky Vicky plays the android. Some of these bad takes can be boiled down to the reviewer just having no interest in. If you're not slightly open-minded when you start something, you're going to make an argument in bad faith somewhere. That's what I think. That's completely my take. Yeah. That's why to me I'm not going to make like an Uraka 7 video or even a Bokurana. I considered making a Bokurana video, just because the things I wanted to say about it I felt were particularly interesting. But nah. But yeah. Anyway, God, taking so long. And Oscar, want to get into Dezaki? I mean, it is what he has the whole range. He's done the whole range of titles. He's done sci-fi. He's done sports. He's done shoujo and shonen, and medical stuff. Blackjack with everything. And He's done family friendly stuff too, like Gamba, um, epic stuff like Takarajima and Ie Nakiko, Nobody's Boy Remy. My first from him was Rose of Versailles, although that's not fully directed by him. He directs the second half. And then my second after the next one after that for me was Ashina no Joe, and that's my favorite anime of all time. That one and two, which he directs both of them. So I mean, I would say Joe, but it's sort of like what you're interested in. I think Dear Brother is also fantastic. I think Aim for the Ace is fantastic. I like his stuff generally. I haven't seen Moby Dick yet, but Dazaki's other comedic shows are very overlooked. His episodes of Genso Tansai. I really gotta watch that, yeah. I really want to get around to that title for sure. Very interested in it. Oban Star Racers, let's go. I said I was gonna rest my voice and shit, and now I'm not. The inclusion of producers Katsunori Haruta and Minoru Takanashi and composer Iwasaki, Taku Iwasaki? Wow. Plus episode directors Kyoko Sayama and Masahiko Watanabe was just enough to get the show into this book. We generally exclude any title without a predominantly Japanese creative team, but the intent to make a true Japanese-French hybrid persuaded us to bend the rules. Yoko Kanno's opening and closing songs didn't weigh as heavily as much as they might have done. Da-da-da-da-da. Wow, the opening was replaced by an inferior American tune? Damn, what a loss. Once you get used to the noseless character designs... We wouldn't want to see all anime made as westernized hybrids, but when foreign creators bring this much love and enthusiasm to the table, it can only be good for animation all over the world. Positive. I have heard very good things about it, for sure. But they say a lot of things about it, so let me see. Yeah, okay. I finally got the DVDs for Rose of Versailles. We put it on Blu-ray! But yeah, I know what you mean. I'll try to pick up this summer. I still haven't. Actually, I think I only bought Volume 2. Because I'm a snob. So that's the Dazaki half. Don't get me wrong. I respect Tadao Nakahama. I still haven't seen his other major work, his romance trilogy and Gutsy Frog and Kyoji no Hoshi, but yeah. Looking through my copy of this book, so I don't see Ontama. It's from 2009, so it should be in there. Oh, Oban Star Razors? Yeah. It is in the 3rd edition. And I think they basically make mention that, like, yeah, so it's just enough to put it in this book. So it's a new edition as of the 3rd edition, but I'm not keeping track of the 2nd edition stuff. I'm sorry, Ontama. Yeah, you're right. You're saying it's from 2009. My bad. Let me see. I mean, if yours doesn't have it, then... Yeah, no, I don't see it either. What is it? Oh, okay, okay. I don't see it on Mal because there's a light novel called Ontama, and there doesn't seem to be anything linking an anime to it. Oh, there we go. This is the fucking... Never mind, exclamation point. Dummy. Okay. Yeah. Sound director Junichi Sato. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's not in here. Oh well. It's on Mal. Yeah, sorry. I just Googled it first. I tried Mal, and obviously the Mal function, the Mal search is ass because you put in Ontama and Gintama floods it. Of course. All right. Masami Obari. This is a little whack. His early work included low-level animation on Transformers and mechanical designs on Dancougar, before he broke into directing when offered the opening sequence of Dragonar. He has subsequently become known for the large-breasted, vulpine look of his female characters, as seen in shows such as Virus and Toshinden, as well as such pornographic anime as Viper GTS and Marine Go-Go, usually as the head of Studio G1 Neo. That's how you're going to describe Masami Obari? Like, I'm not, like, super versed in him either, but, like... I know the Obari pose. The dude is mostly still a kind of a mechanical animator and designer, right? Why do they talk about his fucking female character designs in these random titles? What on earth? What a weird article. I'm gonna put that like Masami Obari. It's shocking how bad Mal Search is after all this time. That man is a genius. I say this unironically, I love his work. That's what I know Obari for. They might be talking about his work on one of the Fatal Fury anime. Yeah, there was specifically mentioned Virus, Toshinden, Viper GTS, and Marina Go-Go. I don't know. I feel like there's other things you could say about him. Oblivion Island. They like it. It's a movie, like a kid's movie. They might be talking about his work on one of the, yeah. Toshinden is I know is another fighting game, but yeah, like they were loaded with hypersexuality. He just sort of amped that up, not unlike what he does with robot shows. Everyone in the anime industry has to do the booba anime. It's called paying the rent. Yeah. Ooh, ocean waves. What do they got to say about ocean waves? En route to a high school reunion, Taku Murasaki reflects on his past. 10 years earlier, transfer student Rikako fell for Taku's friend Matsuno, perhaps to hide the alienation she felt at an unwelcoming school. On a trip to Hawaii, her money was stolen, and she surprisingly turned to Taku for help. A simple and possibly innocent act that changed the trio's relationship forever. Based on a Saeko Himura novel originally serialized in Animage, this is Studio Ghibli's only television drama and was made by the studio's younger members for a themed broadcast during the Golden Week holiday. The stress of making Ocean Waves and Here's Greenwood simultaneously would leave director Mochizuki briefly hospitalized. The studio also made 2 animated shorts to celebrate the 40th anniversary of broadcaster Nippon TV. I don't know why that last part's there, but that's interesting. This is Studio Ghibli's only television drama. They know it's a movie. It's 70. They say it's 72 minutes. That's weird. Based on a novel originally serialized in Animage magazine and hence presumably always intended for the screen, this is Studio Ghibli's only television drama, and was made by the studio's younger members for a themed broadcast during the Golden Week holiday. This is a TV movie? That's interesting. I had no idea that it was a TV movie. Cool. That's pretty much all they say. Ghibli did Ranja. Right! I don't know if Ranja had come out by the time this book came out. I think they mean it's made for TV, yeah. Movie made for TV. Yep. Description of the production. Yeah. Okay. They don't really have much to say about it. No takes. Occult Academy. Oh. I didn't realize that Occult Academy, Sound of the Sky, and Night Raid 1931 are a trilogy of Anime no Shikara project. Because the aim was to create original series animation, and this is one of the 3 titles produced in 2010. I had no idea. Interesting. They like it. Tatsuya Oda. Okay. Not much to say about him. Oh, Dean! I just mentioned this one as one of the mid that I watched this past year. It's weird when they just document the history of it and say nothing. I'm waiting for them to be like, yeah, by the way, it wasn't very good and extremely superficial. I'm so used to the hot takes. Yeah! Yeah, that's the weird thing. Honestly, welcome. Perfectly welcome. Anime used to have this system where you could have you could completely tell a character's personality by their hair color. Yeah? How much of that is fans kind of speculation, kind of convenient, you know? And was there like a studio system being like, yeah, the red hair girl was always this? You know, if there's internal documentation or like a staff thing that mentions that, then sure. But like, I don't really want to take much stock in what fans are gonna say, you know, because you'll always find exceptions. Still haven't watched Odin. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. Because I was like, they were like, yeah, this has been done before. I'm like, yeah, by the same guy. Like it's the same guy. It's Nishizaki from Space Battleship Yamato. Same guy. Yeah. Oh, wait. 48. It doesn't matter if it's been done before. The only thing that matters is if it's good. Exactly. More self-insert type of things, phrasing at least. They keep mentioning Akibi 48 so much! Can't get that series out of the mouths! They did give an opinion, but it was very small. Yeah. We'll go with that. Just realized I haven't been doing I haven't been doing O in the first edition. Let me just double check on I'm on Office Affairs, but let me just do Ocean Waves and Odin again real quick. Yeah, no change. Yep, no change either. The one idol group they know. Kind of, yeah. A big problem with modern entertainment is trying to be original hilariously enough. Yeah. I think originality is good, but originality and effective, skill and quality of that thing, is really what matters. Because that, you can have, it's like what Snob used to say about, like, you can have you can have characters with no story, but you can't have a story without you can have good characters without a good story, but you can't have a good story without good characters. And it's similar here, where it's like, your thing can be original and not good, or it can be not original but good. If that makes sense. Executed well. Your thing can be executed well without having to be original. It's not quite the same. So you can have one. You can have one and not necessarily the other. Sad video. Great. The most memorable images from this sad video are shots of the door of Ono's apartment, the rejection box into which his manager tosses most of his writing efforts, and the cigarettes and ashtray by his bed. Memorable because these are the frames you see most often, with dialogue, orgasmic moans, or panting heard over them to indicate action that's too expensive to draw. Much of the animation consists of intercut stills. The characters appear catatonic because they hardly move, even in the grips of passion. For the English dub, Kitty Grip Video gave this lackluster effort as much attention as it deserves, with an undistinguished cast yawning through the tedious script under a director who can't be bothered. Quality without originality, but not originality without quality. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you can be original. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, there's things that can be the most original, never seen this before, breaking new ground, but it's crap. Right? Sad video. Yeah. Yeah. like, they're probably right that this whatever nothing shitty OVA hentai thing, which they don't even specify that it's a porn, you just kind of have to assume it's that based on the premise, right? Like, is it the case that they're cutting to this door or these other images and you can only hear them having sex and you're not seeing anything? Like, is that an indication that it's too expensive to draw? Sure, maybe. But that shouldn't be the reason. It shouldn't be the default. I hate that it's the default for these people. They're like, oh, they just didn't have the budget. Like, it can be an artistic choice. You can have things that, like, you blew all your money on these other things, and then some other aspect is incredibly lacking in quality. You know? Or there's things that do have incredibly small budgets, right? And you might not tell because the animator it's a solo effort or whatever. Or, I don't know. It's just there's so many other options it could be. You know, what this reminds me of, right? Of, like, cutting to a different object when a character is talking or something's going on or whatever. Like, that could be an artistic choice. I've been practicing my Mamoru Hosoda panel about his TV anime work, and that's the thing he loves to do. He loves withholding character expression and cutting to a different object for dialogue. And that's an economic choice. But that shouldn't mean it's fucking a lackluster effort. I've made this point several times before with them. So, moving on. Oh, wait a minute. They actually added more. Whatever, dude. You probably see it differently because it's porn and you have certain expectations going into it. Yeah. I have seen a lot more porn than me, so that's fair. Hello, Joel. Good to see you. Positive about this porn. Notable for art and plot, superior to general run of anime porn. Hi, good to see you, Annaliso. We need a resistance for adult animation. Too many of these shows boil down to too much cursing and out there sexual jokes. Oh, for Western stuff? Yeah. Yeah, I got pretty disappointed with there was a commercial for this Adult Swim show that aired on a YouTube ad that was, that like it was trying to parody a Succession. It was like trying to parody Succession and kind of have a similar plot. And then the animation starts and it's incredibly outlandishly crude and over the top and kind of dumb. And I was like, what is this? I mean, with porn in general, people are generally attracted to the physical appearance and mannerisms of the characters or the fetishistic contents of the story. Yeah. I figure it's the actions, right? It's kind of the things that happen. Like, I've heard Hardvigan talk about how it's like, dude, I am not here for any plot or whatever. Like, the story of this one is like this investigative reporter is brought in. He has a secret mission to dig into allegations that the vice president is plotting against the company founder. And, like, there's so much other stuff going on. It's like, why? Why bother? Just got back and watched the King Gainer section. The article was about what I expected. Yeah. I'm glad you were able to see it, though. Funny how they you certainly analyze porn differently for different reasons, but people will probably see you as a pseudo-intellectual for even trying. That's what I mean. That's sort of like where I'm coming from with them. Is like, why give your opinion about this stuff? Funny how they complained about Tomino not doing a serious and dark mecha story when they had already done like 10 of those and so many others. And so had many others. Yeah. And also, it's not like Tomino was a stranger to lighthearted stuff. Like Daitarn and Sabungo were very funny. They're like very lighthearted. We can dig deeper since people can actually start exploring sexuality and deeper narrative stuff. But then we'd have to be more open about it. People who complain about Gundam don't know what Gundam is. Yeah. Or they think they know what Gundam is, and they just kind of make these assumptions like, oh, it's just for toys. It's just toys. Fuck you, it's just toys. Offside. No! 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 Stop! Stop! The world's worst soccer team has never won a single match, despite being made up of eager young boys who desperately crave success. Their prayers are answered in the form of new manager Nagisa, who puts them through a sporting regimen punched out of the standard aim for the ace template. Stop! Stop doing that! Based on Heiichi's original 87 manga, serialized in Shonen Magazine, this anime is from the same artist who created the tennis manga 15 Love. Compared to Captain Tsubasa and the actionably similar Kickers. As the 2002 World Cup approached, the series was revived on Japanese satellite TV in an anime series directed by Seiji Okuda. So it was a 50-minute OVA, and then in 2002 it got a 39-episode TV series. What did I walk in on? Oh, holy pig! I'm just freaking out at them comparing every fucking sports anime to Aim for the Ace again. Story and porn is typically very important for female fans. Wouldn't be surprised if all of these are written by Clements because it exudes that male perspective. It could be Clements, but it could also be McCarthy because McCarthy, I'm pretty sure, is the one that made the book about porn. Like, she had written an entire guide to hentai before this. Gundam is so much more than people killing each other and depression. Kazaki's the father of all sports anime. Yeah. Well, he's very important, of course. But to be fair, his anime, like all sports series, right? They're manga. They're all manga. The thing is, right, Attack Number 1 is much earlier than Aim for the Ace. And it has a similar, like, demon coach, which is what they're taking Aim for the Ace from. They think Aim for the Ace originated that. which it did not. And it's kind of like, I don't know. You're screaming like someone killed your favorite character. I don't know if I don't know if that's how I would sound if someone was killing my favorite character. I don't know how it would sound, to be honest. But probably not like that. Just as dismissive here. That was meant as a joke. Sarcasm didn't come through. Sorry, no, it's not that it didn't come through. I am awful at detecting it. I genuinely did not read that. I am so bad at detecting sarcasm. In general. Even in person. Star the Giant started the Spokon trend, I believe. Yeah. It's not the first sports anime, technically. But, like, it's the first major one. And, like, it's just that each one needs its like nuance, you know. Like, I think I do want to watch Kyochi no Hoshi at some point, and I do want to watch Attack Number 1, just to see the real, like, and like it's like those four. It's like Star of the Giants, Attack Number 1, Ashino Joe, and Aim for the Ace. They're like the four first really major ones that you can, but like they're all different in different ways. Because surprise, well, when they're different sports and made by different people, you know, not everything's a fucking trope. Nobody knew what a sport was until Ace. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like sports anime, which is why I don't review them. Demon Coach? You'll see, Bob, when you get to Aim for the Ace, they literally call him Onikochi. So, it's a very similar thing in Kyoji no Hoshi, because his dad, like the main character's dad, is like used to be in baseball and everything, and so he's very, very, very strict to the point of abusive towards his son. And then Aim for the Ace, Attack Number 1. I don't know how often it is, but I do know of the kind of the very infamous sequence of like this coach figure relentlessly pummeling the main character with volleyballs. It's parodied in Urusei Yatsura as well, where he's just like, Gah! Gah! It's really bad. When's the shuffleboard sports anime? I don't know how that even works. Bob, your fit made me want Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Thank you. Yeah. Onikochi. It's interesting how they derive that demon coach trope from Ace specifically, because that isn't that just professional sports? Kind of, yeah. But it's like the real tragic thing for comparing everything to Aim for the Ace is that the core identity that makes Aim for the Ace special and compelling and iconic is this twist where the main character is completely like, I just got it from Right Stuff. Like, I'll read you the synopsis on the back of the box that I wrote. Eager freshman Hiromi Oka decides to join Nishihai's tennis club after meeting the team's gorgeous star player, Reika Madame Butterfly Ryuzaki. But Hiromi quickly finds herself in over her head as she gains the attention of the new demon coach Munakata, who mysteriously selects her for the varsity team as a total newbie. And her teammates' ire and jealousy tempt her to quit the club, but support from her friends, her coach, and her rivalry with Reika push her to become her best self and aim for the ace. The twist is that the coach chooses her for varsity, and, like, she has to take tennis, like, seriously as a professional. And she's just a regular girl. Whereas other sports series, you know, it's sort of their inner desire to be Attack Number 1, or with Kyoji no Hoshi, it's sort of like, you know, the father passing it on to the son. It's a different thing. But that specifically, so like you read the synopsis for Offside, And it's such a disservice to both offside and aim for the ace to conflate the two by saying like, oh, the world's worst soccer team has never won a single match despite being made of eager young boys who desperately crave success. Their prayers are answered in the form of new manager Nagisa, who puts them through a sporting regimen punched out of the standard aim for the ace template. It's just like really, it's just really derisive or reductive. It's just reductive, I think. I'm asking because Tiger Match is another sports anime. No, you're right. I do forget that because I always conflate it as like wrestling and the it's not as much competitive, but you're right, it is competitive, and yeah, it's in there for sure. Another sports anime with some demonic vibes for the school he learned wrestling from. Yeah. Though they refer to him as a demon, but they do some really inhumane training methods. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oka's relationship with the coach is one of the most compelling parts. He's just a tough coach who wants the best for her. The coach in Attack Number 1 was probably inspired by the real coach of the Tokyo Olympics from the 60s. It's all sort of real to begin with. I watched a docu and it's pretty uncanny. Wow, really? I've been meaning to watch that doc. I think I remember hearing about it. Or maybe it's just because the sports I like never got covered like hockey or pool. That's fair. Yeah, it's not an insider niche show. And the thing is, Drax, like, I don't know how many sports series you've seen, but the best ones get you to care about that sport when you didn't have as much interest to begin with. When I watched Ebo and Joe, suddenly I really like boxing. It ends up like, I don't follow the scene in the same way, but when there's a boxing match on, I watch it. I actually kind of interested in it. And I've had passing interest in basketball, but like Slam Dunk made me love basketball. It's so cool and fun and fast and like exciting. Certain baseball series like One Outs as well. I'd say Touch is a really great sports series, and not simply for the matches. I think Touch is a lot more than just the sports. And you can say that for a lot of sports series too. It's not like I prefer Ashino Joe over Ippo because it doesn't put as much emphasis on the sport as it does the human drama that the sport is a vehicle for. Yeah, it's not an insider niche show versus having an audience insert with an outsider running through the gauntlet. Yeah. It's really reductive and superficial. Witches of the Orient was the volleyball documentary. Right, yeah. Tennis is a lot of fun. Space Jam made me love basketball. Hell yeah. Or at least like Jordan. The Last Dance. I highly recommend The Last Dance. You become it made me a Michael Jordan fan. I really respect and like, wow. Incredible. Anyway, annoying. Bailiff behavior. Okay. Offside girl. Oh. Dude, I was dead ass reading this and I was like, oh, this kind of sounds interesting. And then the sentence was like, oh. And then I immediately glance over at like how many episodes it has. It's like, oh. Soccer gets in the way of Nanami's attempts at romance with Akira. Unsurprisingly, she hates soccer. So when he asks her to manage the soccer team, she's reluctant. But he insists, and their sex life moves to a whole new level. For fuck's sake. God damn it. You got me invested. Damn it. Takes cheap production to a whole new level too. Made in Flash animation, it consists mainly of scrolling over still frames with a few seconds of animation repeatedly looped. That's a lot of anime! What are you talking about? Mainly of scrolling over still frames with a few seconds of animation repeatedly looped. Like, in a noticeable way, you mean? Like, do you know what you're talking about? Do you understand what you're talking about? What are you complaining about? Come on! Camera shake is used as an animation technique, and backgrounds are largely dispensed with. Even porn should have higher standards than this. Dude, part of me is like, man, I kind of wish that they didn't focus so much on the story of the anime, and they talk more about the technical aspects. I kind of don't want them to. Like, this is ridiculous. I get it. It's a porn. Whatever. But, like, this sounds like foolish. Baseball's kind of just the backdrop and touch. Yeah. Oh god, I watched Offside Girl. It's so bad. Yeah, I don't doubt that it's bad, for sure. But, like, Offside Girl looks especially cheap even for porn, so I kind of get what they're coming from. Yeah, and, like, word that in a way that doesn't just disparage all of anime this way. Like, this is just how it's done. I'm not gonna... maybe that's reductive of me to say that, but, like, it consists mainly of scrolling over still frames with a few seconds of animation repeatedly looped. I'm telling you, that's a lot of anime. And it's all a matter of how you do that. It's just the way they're phrasing this is stupid. Well, I'll give it a negative. Like, I don't want to watch it because it's porn, but, like, I low-key want to try it just to, like, see if I can constructively talk about it better than these guys. Of, like, do you know what I mean? It's just stupid. I think them bringing it up that it was animated in Flash gives it a fair bit of context. But yeah, the wording overall could be better. Wait, looped animation in a hentai? That's all sex scenes are, and that's the main appeal. God damn it! You can kind of say I'm a connoisseur of old anime smut. There is some really good material if you're willing to look. Sure. I'm really only familiar with Overfiend and Kite. Which I know you can just... like, there is a version of Kite that just takes out the sex scenes, so... I don't know how much it really counts. And then there's Belladonna of Sadness, which, like... hard to say it's a porn. There's obviously pornographic images, but it's not really porn. They ain't Tinkerbell tier tweening and layering, though. I like the melon sloshing sound effects. Ugh. Anyway, we're moving on. Hello, hello. Noburo Ohuji. Good to see it. Inspirational. Overfiend goes hard. Yeah, no, I was scrolling through it. I downloaded it to get clips for a highlight reel of something, and like that entire movie could be used as a highlight reel. It's really impressive. There's sex in Belladonna, but it's far from porn. Yeah, exactly. There's orgies in Belladonna, but like. Yeah. Naohito Takahashi's porno VAs are worth looking into if you want hentai with good writing. No, I don't want hentai with good writing. Look, you know what I want? Do you honestly, like, if I was the reason I'm interested in Kite and the reason I'm interested in Urutsuki Doji and the reason I enjoyed Midori despite Shoujo Tsubaki, despite its potentially objectionable material, is the artistry. It's got really cool BGs, it's good music, it's an experience. That's what I want. It's a visual medium. I really don't care for the writing necessarily. And I wonder how much of my favorite anime, like the stuff I gave a grade to, how much I would say, like, oh, this is good writing. I actually don't know. A fair deal of them, sure. And obviously I don't want brain dead writing. But, like, do you know how dumb you look when you're pointing out plot holes in a porn? Like, do you get how weird that is? Like, what are we doing here? That's just me. Overfiend is prime AMV material. I intend to. I've had an AMV idea for Overfiend and a particular song, and I've wanted to match it with. I've wanted to do Overfiend, Doomed Megalopolis, and a third one, which I do not know. I do not know what I would pick as a third one yet. Yeah, all the Sakuga ones does appeal more than just sexually. Right, that's the thing. Have you seen Death Lullaby yet from the Midori guy? No, I'm not. I don't think I have. In that case, my point still applies. Yuwaku Countdown Akira has very cool and interesting visuals with minimal emphasis on eroticism. Sounds perfect. Sounds peak. I'm down. I'll put that on my Taiga. If it shows up. I don't know if porn shows up on it. I don't think it does. Okay, I'll look it up on now then. Okay. Oh, Akira specifically, because there's Yuwaka Countdown, and then there's... Oddly enough, the original is rated slightly higher than the one that you're saying for Akira. Oh yeah, though. Pink Pineapple, hentai, yeah. I got some people recommending it too. It's been mislabeled as a hentai and bundled with other anime porn. However, it is not a hentai. It's an erotic, psychological drama romance. Kind of like The Sensualist, I imagine. The reviewer didn't say this, but that reminds me of The Sensualist. That's another one I do want to watch. It's kind of weird how so many people in the West became so prudish in the 60s. In the 60s, people were fighting for more openness. Yeah. Now Hito wasn't involved with the original. I haven't seen it myself personally. Oh, I see. Noboru Ufuji. Oh, wow. It's the guy who did Whale from 1927. It's an early anime guy. Brief but groundbreaking Black Cat. Oh, I've seen Ghost Ship! Yuri said from 1956. I've seen this one. Aw. Yeah, the Noboru Ufuji Prize. Nice. That's cute. Ogenki Clinic. Yeah, so this is finally another one from the book. Mixed opinion. Ogre Slayer. Interesting. Reminds me of a certain other recent title. Sensualist is also goated. We're a bit circling back on it, but I'm also sure. I'm sure the church was always prudish about it, anyways. Yeah. Have you seen the MBD Iced OVAs? I've not yet. I remember reading their article about it. I think they actually made me more interested in watching it, despite their negative review. Ogenki Clinic was directed by Yuyama. Wow. Lots of porn to know. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of porn in general, and there's stuff to say about it, really. They've been giving their opinions a lot in these particular ones. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was Takashi Watanabe who did Ogenki Clinic. Fuji did really good shorts. The cutout animation did was particularly pattern paper looked great. Yeah, I saw Phantom Ship a long time ago. Ghost Ship, I should say. This sounds interesting. A young man who is really the child of an ogre is destined to wander Earth slaying his own kind. When he has killed every ogre, he believes he will become fully human. Until then, he is known only by the name of his sword he bears, Ogre Slayer. In each separate story, all set in modern Japan, it's a 4-episode OVA, he meets humans in trouble and deals death and destruction to ogres, but he isn't in the business of happy endings. An episodic, melancholy quest with a resemblance to Dororo, but actually inspired by scenes of sword-swinging schoolboys in Paul Schrader's Mishima. Ogre Slayer has limited animation but attractive artwork and design. The ogre is superbly gross and immoral, are the best things in this short series. Made me interested in that one. Love of Fuji. His 20s to 50s work is better, though color adds a lot. Yeah. Oh, Edo Rocket. Oh! Edo Rocket. I'm going to be saying that that way every time. I just realized, wait a minute. Oh, Kunio Okawara. Okay, so I'm not there yet. Okay. Oh, Edo Rocket. Uh, cool. Oh, Fuji and Okawara. Are they covering individual artists and animators by name? Yeah, in the third edition. So in the third edition, um, they include names of artists. They include some staff people. It's very kind of random what they do, who they choose, but they have a lot of the classic people for sure. There's a lot of fascinating like early anime stuff about in this book, which you can tell they care a lot about, and um, they're very knowledgeable about, and they're very respectful, and like I don't know, I just feel way better about their talk about early stuff than their commentary on modern titles. You know, this is what it is, I guess. Oh, family. This is interesting. I never heard of this one. And it's from 1986. A comedy soap based on the everyday lives of the Andersons, a typical California household, as seen through the eyes of Taeko Watanabe, on whose 1981 Flower comic manga family it was based. Mom, Dad, and and kids Kay, Tracy, and Faye, along with Faye's boyfriend Rafe, get on with their lives. Though much of the comedy arises from the fact that Kay displays every sign of being gay, and his efforts at concealment cause embarrassment to the family. Meanwhile, Dad starts receiving calls from Jonathan, a stranger who claims to be his long-lost son, much to the consternation of Mrs. Anderson. Shown in Italy, where it was much admired, though one episode was banned. I've never heard of this one. Aw. That seems nice. Yeah, I feel like I've not heard of this one. This is cool. Only 26 episodes? No one's really covered it. Of course, it's 1,000 members. Wow. Takes place in Florida. Wait, what? Wait. They said it's a typical California household. Is it Florida or California? Which is it? Sheesh. Let's see if the it's got this episode. It's got an episode with subs. Roach Family uploaded a episode of it. The first 3 episodes. Boy, is that 80s. It's got palm trees, so it could be California. It is a coast. We don't know if it's the West Coast or East Coast. Oh, California Dreaming. Oh, yeah. Come on, dude. Dude, he just blew... I think he's an ally. I think he's an ally, fellas. Hell yeah. At least an ally, if not a downright member. Damn! Meet the Andersons. Damn! That was interesting. Totally the South Coast. Yeah. Older animation gets to have grandfather prestige. There's less to say about old stuff, and it feels like information is more complete because projects were smaller. Yeah. I want to watch O Family. Clement's anime history is really good. Isn't filled with all the hot takes. Yeah, no, I would love to read that. I really should read it so I get like a better connotation of his writing, you know? Florida man refuses to disclose his real location. All coastal Latino-esque corner states are the same. I do not know the first thing about this anime, so can't comment. Totally the South Coast. I can only find 3 subs of this. Oh, Family. Yeah, it seems like they only got 3 episodes subbed, whoever did it. Cool, though. Fun. And it should be easy to sub, too, because it was apparently broadcast in Italy, so there might be an Italian dub somewhere. Which might make it a little easier for people to sub if they know Italian. Ouch, I've been sitting in such a bad position. Ugh. Oh! Harimanada. As with other sports anime, such as Aim for the Ace and Tomorrow's Joe, the series progresses through hardships, an opponent undefeated through 26 bouts, conflict outside the ring, the masked wrestler's fiancé, forbidden techniques like the murder mackerel snap, and mysterious challengers, the mysterious wrestler, naturally. Do I even have to say anything? Do I even have to? Where in Aim for the Ace or Tomorrow's Joe are mysterious challengers. Like the mysterious wrestler. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know, forbidden techniques. Is there a forbidden technique in Aim for the Ace? Is there? And, like, I don't really know if cross counters are forbidden technique. It's a technique. It's hidden. It's hidden. Not forbidden. Like, what? Conflict. But then, like, they go through hardships and conflicts outside the ring. Yeah? No way. God, I'm telling you, the only sports anime I've seen where there is no conflict outside the ring, like none, like zero, is 1 ounce. 1 ounce is the only series I know that is all baseball for 26 episodes. Like, it kind of starts outside the stadium. Like, he doesn't get recruited onto the team until, like, episode 2 or something. But, like, the majority of that show is baseball. Like, actually. But, like, conflicts outside the ring? What are we doing here? Are you keeping a list of the anime they mentioned a million times? Yeah, I need to. What I want to do is, like, I haven't done it yet, but I have the search feature on 3rd edition, so I can see how many times they name drop these particular anime. And I want to get, like, a group of those, of, like, the most referenced and named ones, comparing them to, like, some other anime that, like, they don't mention that often. That's weird because they're so ubiquitous and big. Sounds like he's literally describing Tiger Mask. Right. I don't know why he brought up Tiger Mask, right? Back to work, good stream. Thank you, Bob. Good seeing you. I wish there was an English dub for Tiger Mask. It's got a rich history, but here we are. Yeah. But, like, come on, guys. That's probably going to be a big point of me, is that, like, a lot of these titles that they're referencing, Aim for the Ace and Sally the Witch, specifically, they're referencing them in such a haphazard, noxious way that, like, they're completely missing the point of what makes those series special to begin with. Because it doesn't have the nuance. People don't understand that these wrestling moves go back decades and they've been passed from father to son. Yeah. Ugh. Apparently. They don't think sports for special period. Apparently. Oh! My goddess! The anime compresses the whole tale into a romance between the wettest pair of lovers since Noah. A wimp and a doormat whose excuse is that they were fated to be that way. Beloved Betty? I've never even heard. All the way to the American sitcom Bewitched. Devil. Okay, Beloved Betty, Devil Story. Got it. See, this again completely erases the nuance. Like, yeah, alien girlfriend type story for Oh My Goddess and for Urusei Yatsura and for Bewitched. Sure. But literally all three of those have different things going on that influences the storytelling going forward. And like I wouldn't go into the nuances about each of those here, but like even just the premise, you can't just kind of assume that, like, you know. So Urusei Yatsura. So let me just say so. Oh My Goddess, hapless student Keiichi phones for takeout, accidentally gets through to the goddess helpline. When she turns up in his bedroom and offers to grant him a wish, he wishes for her to be his girlfriend, and they're stuck with each other. So apparently she's a divine doormat who wants on him hand and foot, exerts her powers very discreetly, and then only to make life easier for him, and includes both their siblings in the household without a murmur. A parody of ideal Japanese femininity. Sure. Urusei Yatsura is about a guy who wants all the women in the world, and then this alien descends and he's forced to duel her. He wins, and she falls in love with him. So she calls him her husband, and Lum pretends that they're married. The delusion doesn't last that long, by the way. She doesn't really call him that very pervasively the entire series. But, like, that's, like, she gets attached to him despite him not wanting anything to do with her. Like, the whole thing is that, like, he wants every woman he wants Lum, but not only, he doesn't want to settle with Lum. So the series ends up being about a lot more other stuff besides that. And then Bewitched, from what I understand about Bewitched, I've watched the first episode of it to get an understanding because they keep talking about it all the time, and I was curious. The first episode, like, the OP explains their circumstances. I'm not even kidding you. They fall in love. It's a husband and wife, but it tells how they met and how they fell in love with each other. That the OP just says that they keep bumping into each other. And eventually they were like, before we have an accident, let's start talking. And so it's a conventional love story. They literally just fall in love with each other. And the twist is that only after they're married does she reveal that she's a witch. During their honeymoon, she lets him know about this. So they are already mutually in love with each other. And the series is about them navigating through that. Both of them together as mutual characters. So all three of those they just reference in this article, that's like, oh, a soft soap rendition of alien spouse drama tradition that traces a line back through Urusei Yatsura and Beloved Betty all the way to American sitcom Bewitched. They're not the same thing. Let me just continue what they say here. Kosuke Fujishima's story posits a boy who is pure of heart and gives him the perfect girlfriend, whose sole reason seems to be to look pretty, cook, and clean. The story is sugary enough to rot teeth, and the animation and design are remarkably faithful to the stunning original art. Oh my god, they have more to say about it. They have an entire... This is a very long article, apparently. But you know what I mean? Hey, any hot takes I missed? Nothing like super, like out. Nothing that they've, made mention before. I finished L, by the way, in case you're wondering. But Full Wind Man. But I did L at the beginning of the stream, and then we've just been going through O, and it's been fine. Shaves, how freaked out would you be if the next stream entry was, "Oh my Shaves, I was just talking about you the whole time in excruciating detail"? I'd be spooked. I'd be shaken to my very core. But also, like, I think Beloved Betty from the Mad Bull 34 guy. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I could gush about this series for 35 minutes. It's good. Was Lum not, like, engaged via alien rules? No, that was her. Well, I think it was, like, she was open to it, and I think it was the case that she, yeah. Exposition openings just like American TV. It is American TV. Bewitched is American TV. They just think because Bewitched was popular in Japan that every romance anime copied it. It's a very long article. Took that L. Yeah. Okay. Let me just keep reading because, oh my god, this is a fairly well-known one. Surprisingly, given the fad for mawkish romance a la Tenchi Muyo, Stop! Oh My Goddess did not immediately graduate to a TV series. While other shows jumped into its formulaic bandwagon, it was Fujishima's other big manga, You're Under Arrest. I didn't realize it was the same mangaka. That's interesting. It was his other big manga, You're Under Arrest, that got a TV broadcast. Instead, fans had to contend with a series of short, squash-down comedy skits, directed by Yasuhiro Matsumura. Running as part of the Anime Complex anthology TV show, the series was a predictable rush of sight gags as cartoon versions of Belldandy's sisters, Erd and Skuld, accompanied by Ganchan the Rat, rushed through comedy business, seemingly inspired by an old Warner Brothers cartoons. Belldandy's original voice actress, Kikuko Inoue, is conspicuously absent from the first 14 episodes. There was also, however, brief cameos of the manga characters not seen in previous anime version, as well as parodies of contemporary anime like Berserk. We got a Berserk parody in this fucking Oh My Goddess spinoff? Really? You don't really see Berserk references that often, interestingly enough. After much hype and delays, reputably occasioned at one point by a go-slow from animators convinced that the world would end according to the prophecies of Nostradamus, so there was little point in doing overtime. What? The feature-length Oh My Goddess the movie was finally released. So that went from an OVA to a movie. So it had four 30-minute episodes and one 40-minute episode, so 5-episode OVA. No, and then it had a 48-episode TV version. Wait, did they skip that? Did not immediately go to that got a TV. Instead, it had to deal with a series of short, squashed-down comedy skits. This series, they don't mention the TV series at all. What on earth? Did you see that? I was reading the article perfectly normally, and they don't mention the main TV series that's 48 episodes at all. And then there's a movie. Reuniting director Goda and many of the video staff, originally planned as an adaptation of the Wellspur story arc from the manga, the film's plot changed through many rewrites into a simpler setup in which Belldandy is approached by her mentor, a one-time member of the Gods Council. Discredited and imprisoned on the moon, Celestine seeks Belldandy's help, though Keiichi is initially suspicious of her association with the newcomer. The issue of how to render the title as Oh My Goddess or Ah My Goddess is a thorny and tedious one. Why? Why is that tedious? It's literally Ah Megami-sama. Okay, what do they say about that? Oh My Goddess was the decision of Torrin Smith when publishing the original manga in translation. The Japanese "ah" is unfortunately the very first syllable one learns in Japanese classes, thereby ensuring that a whole generation of self-appointed experts, with a whole 1-hour lesson behind them, have tried to impress their friends by claiming that "ah" should be the correct translation. It usually takes another couple of years for would-be linguists to get to the lesson where they are told that "ah" can be a contraction of "anani," and hence is an expression of exasperation when with transformed conditions, making Smith's original translation seem all the more apt. Okay. Can be a contraction? Can be a contraction? And hence is an expression of exasperation with transformed conditions. Original creator Kosuke Fujishima agrees, but has wisely excused himself from the ongoing argument, claiming that he has no position to comment on how foreign territories might best render Japanese. I don't know, maybe because both or either seems perfectly fine. It evokes the same thing. As a result, many iterations of this franchise have indeed been released as "Ah My Goddess" abroad, compared to a similarly unhappy compromise with the loop on the third film, Secret of Mamo. Why they would compare it to Lum, I don't know. The characters are complete opposites. Oh My Goddess is such a pretty looking show. I think they only know about Tenchimuya because Toonami aired it. It's a popular show, but not as popular as they make it out to be. It's a letter difference, and it means the same thing. Yeah. This is just actually the article. Yeah. I don't really see the, I think "Oh My Goddess" makes sense. But like, but if it was pronounced "Oh My Goddess," I would not really, because like that's at least a fun translation, because like you have like the "Oh my God," "Oh my Goddess," like that's a fun title. But like also like if it was called "Ah My Goddess," that's fine. Homeboy wrote a novel about the first word of the title of a harem show. Or Homegirl. It's either Clements or McCarthy. You can never assume. The show was bestiged on many occasions. Or a guest writer. Who knows? The show was bestiged on many occasions, particularly in erotic variants. There it is. The story itself didn't receive a bona fide TV adaptation until 2005. Okay, yeah, wait, so why is it formatted this way? Okay, so that is the format, because it goes OVA movie. But why is it in their article here, it goes OVA TV series, then movie? Like, put it in order. Oh. Alright. I just want to see if they have an opinion on it. I was just kind of reading it. They seem kind of critical of the premise, but like, they don't really give a judgment on any of the actual. They actually don't really give their opinion necessarily. I was about to put "Oh My Goddess." I'll respect their translation of it. These are the same people that put "Mask of Glass," by the way. Don't tell them Ava's full title is different in Japan. Yeah. In the TV show, there's literally an arc that addresses Belldandy being there because of his wish. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, she wants to be there. I'm sure, yeah. But you know what's interesting to me, right? I'm not so much just interested in the girlfriend as much as the fact, like, yeah, that does sound like they may have, like, twisted the plot to be a little different than what it was. But to me, when I read that like, this goddess shows up in his room and offers to grant him a wish, his wish is her. He's lonely. You know? And that protagonist is already much different than Ataru, who I would not categorize as lonely. And so that dynamic is different. You know, and I'm sure she wants to be there. I'm sure that ends up being the case. Would be pretty miserable otherwise. She was just like miserably against her will, like doormat, whatever. But like, I think there's something to be said about like this individual, this hapless student. And he's just like, you know, when given the opportunity for a wish like that, given that those sets of circumstances, he chooses to have her. You know, that's something kind of an active choice. It's like, I want you here. I'm watching Tenchi Ninarumon right now, and that's also its very own different weird kind of show, where the main character stumbles upon this girl, and she knows his name without him telling her what his name was. And he kind of has the hots for this other girl, but she just like won't leave him alone, and his entire house gets taken over by her and her family. You know, so that's a very different dynamic as well. You know, so you can give the initial premise. It's like a genre. It's like any genre, right? But the fun thing with genre is that you play around, you change one little thing, but it does make a difference. No, not to mention, it's like, that's just the start. And then it's sort of, where do you go from there? The storytelling in general is so broad. And this is why it's so sad to see people being so reductivist and tropey and, like, media poisoned. Because I don't think they appreciate and realize how broad and vast the different directions storytelling can go. My daily life. She's not Aqua from Konosuba. Yeah. Let's go to Tenchi Ninarumon. Go to. I'm sure you do like that one, Hayden. I'm surprised you were confused about Hakuge Densetsu. When, like, Tenchi Ninarumon is way more like, out of left field, you know? It's got a lot of crazy shit in it. That shit's unhinged. In a good way. I'm enjoying it. Oh. My Konbu. Oh, also, of course, they added some stuff to... Oh my god, this is article here. Sorry, hold on. Actually, they did give their opinion. Mixed. Yeah, they added this whole thing about the '05 series and various OVAs. Oh, combo. Oh, okay. 44 episode cooking anime. Slice of life gourmet comedy. I don't know too many of those, so I'm going to put that on. I'm now interested, actually. They don't really say anything about it, but yeah. They just give the plot synopsis. Oi Ryoma. Oh, my sex goddess. Oh, okay. Attention, you know Armon. Different expectations. I've said it before, but TV Trope should be seen as a trivia website and nothing more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oi. Ryoma. Oh, some little history and everything too, but not much opinion about the show itself. It's just a summation of the 13 episode. It's a 13 episode show from '92. Very interesting. How short it is. They don't really give their opinion about it though. Oi. Shimbo. Actually, sorry. Oh, yeah. Ikuo Oishi. It's another older figure. Founding fathers of Japanese animation, who died before the rise of post-war cartoons, but whose pupils and colleagues went on to establish much of the anime industry. The Hare and the Tortoise from 1918. Hooray for Beer, moving picture fight of the Fox and Tanuki. The Story of the Talkies from 1936. The Theory of Horizontal Bombardment from 1941. He was killed by enemy fire on December 1944 on his way back to Japan from a location hunt in the Caroline Islands. A sizable proportion of his professional output was classified and or lost, causing much of his influence on anime to be forgotten until late in the 20th century, when some of his former colleagues retired from the anime business and wrote their own memoirs. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now we're on Oshimbo. It's weird how people can watch Tenchi, but they don't understand the women want him because he's selfless despite having no reason to be. Looked up Oi Ryoma on Mal and it says 39 episodes. Oh, okay. Weird. I find it amazing how Cartoon Network was able to water down Tenchi for younger audiences. Oi Ryoma... They still say 13 episodes in the 3rd edition. Interesting. Yeah, about Tenchi and Cartoon Network. Oi Shimbo. They really have much to say about it, but yeah, just about the history with the manga and the specials and stuff. Live action drama, live action movie version. Not much about it though. Ojaru Maru. Weird, weird connection to Jubei-chan, the ninja girl, at the end. But other than that, it makes, you know, just a description, really. Fair enough. I think it's that really classic kids show. From 2011. One sentence. Okay. It's about the girl's adventure, an inquisitive girl's adventures in the nightlife of the big city. It's like 3-minute shorts. Toshio Okada. His untranslated Introduction to Otakuology remains one of the best studies in the anime world, while his later Yuigon is a valuable eyewitness account of his development of the Gainax studio. Cool. Okama report. Okay. Just describing a 3-episode OVA. Tenchi was a big inspiration for Adult Swim action, but as they didn't want to keep pouring money to heavily edit for the end. I wonder if they're going to talk about Hiroko Konishi in Ojimaru. No, I don't think so. Chibi-chan and Ojimaru were both done by Daichi. Ah! Oh, Director Daichi's. No, they say that. Would characterize Director Daichi's... A very different blast from the past would characterize Director Daichi's Jubei-chan. Okay. Yeah, that's what. That's what it is. Gotcha. positive. Yeah, sounds good. I'm interested in that now. They basically mix it like it's kind of a school drama. It's like a high school drama, but like, but they include a lot of fairy tale integration. They have some commentary and stuff using that. It's cool. Sounds cool. We need more anime with the swirly glasses. That was a guy I was like, yeah. Umi, no. I'm a Napsia. Good to see you, Annalisa. Okamika. What the heck? Okamikakushi. Okamikakushi. Mask of the Wolf. Mixed. Okamikakushi. Undeniably pretty, but so slow it could be almost enjoyed as an art book. Sounds fine to me. Oh yeah, we're here. We're at the last three. We're ending it with three bios. Cool. A lot of shorts. Just a concept artist. Like 2 sentences. That's it. Okay. Kunio Okawara. The founding father of real robot design. With the trend for more specific, scientifically plausible robots as vehicles, beginning with his own work on Gundam, continuing with real robots such as Dugram, Lotoms, Lazener, VFAM, and Dragonar. Okawara also designed more traditional fantasy super robots for Brave Saga. Nice. Cool. Well, that's it. So, 95 minus 33. Got a 95 minus 30. 62. Yep. Sounds good to me. It's just shy under 3 hours. Pretty nice. Woo-wee. I'm gonna go eat. Make some food and eat. it. Eat the food. No, I'm gonna make the food and then watch it. Just stare at it. And then watch some anime. Watch some more anime. Anime. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Ugh. I don't mean to hop out so soon immediately, but you know, some people have already taken off. Just fair. I should rewatch Ace at least. It's really nice. I like the back. I just don't like the screen caps. They're so faded out. And man, I'm so excited that we have Takarajima. I cannot believe that. Wow. Have a nice meal. Thanks. Enjoy your meal. Cool. Alright. You guys are great. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Tuesday, hopefully. Yo, peace.